Welcome back to EPG program in Japanese, paper 5, communication through translation. Hunyakutsuji no communication. We are into module 23 and we have done a difficult series, that is patent. Let's go for something which is simpler, but let's see how simple this is. Again, learn while practicing, and we are taking up expressions, and this is the first in the series of expressions. So Jisen Shinagara Gakshusuru Hyogenichi. This content is developed together with Devneet Soni, who is a trainee in the ongoing translation training program of CSIR NISCARE. And again, acknowledgement goes to Anu Kumari and Rajat Manjul, trainees, trainees OTTP CSIR NISCARE for data collection and the base work. These are the learnings which we had in the previous module. So just to recapitulate, 5W1H is a useful technique. It helps in maintaining the sequence of original text to a great extent and can be applied in three ways: in frame handling, on topic, usually followed by particle va, on the last verb, that should be a main verb, and topic may be repeated in Japanese sentence to make the flow explicit. However, this element is not necessary to be transpositioned all the time in English because of the difference in the structure. Inter and intra transpositioning is a tool for clear rendering and better readability. Unfamiliar content may be subjected to substitution to make the sentence look familiar to you. Explanation given in parentheses can be kept aside in the beginning and can be added at a later stage when the rest of the part has been translated or the main text has been translated. This taking out the something which is just an explanation does not affect the translation. And as the process becomes familiar, even more than one sentence can be handled continuously. This is what we saw in the previous module, that 5 sentences together, one sentence had many segments, and 5 sentences together could be done in one go, simply because you were more tuned to the application of the techniques. Technique application helps even when topic is not seen in the first segment. Normally the topic occurs in the beginning, and if it is not there, we look for the topic somewhere in the heading or subheading. But in the previous example, we saw that it is occurring in the last sentence or in the last segment. So whether it occurs in the last one, if we do it systematically, it won't matter much. And now let's see the concepts and techniques application to cover translation of expressions. The process will again be simplification through combination and permutation, and we are going to handle one expression here, and that expression is ni taisuru. The professional pursuit remains the objective, defining way forward for the practitioners while attempting expressions. Guiding principles are the same as these were in the previous modules, that is, follow systematic approach, though combination of techniques remain dynamic. Look for the way to handle the deviation. Render accurate translation with reasonable readability even in the case of expression. And outcome is we look forward to grooming more and more practicing scholars of translation, going back to where they are required to go back to the basics, that is confidence building measure. Basics means they should go back to the grammar, something which you know, or you are able to translate but you are not very clear. So it's reassuring yourself or getting some clarity or different level of clarity. This is the target which we are looking forward to in this module. Generating realistic theories through practice remains our motto for all time, and trainer ought to be developed as outcome. Let's have a glimpse analysis of ni taisuru. Let's see how we talk about the ni taisuru in grammar. The issue while translating ni taisuru is, I checked up with some students at random. What do you think about ni taisuru, how it can be translated? They said that the equivalent available is against or for, and the common perception is that we should translate it towards or against. So this is I asked why, and the answer was not there. So mostly it has been seen that the learners perceive Nitaisuru as per the common perception, which may vary from region to region. That means depending upon the teacher you have been taught by, or depending upon the context or the text which you have used so far. Therefore, first it is important to find out if the expressions have fixed equivalence. Let us see some examples of Nitaisuru to check the perception and the correct uses. This is one example we are taking. Yes, I have Devneet with me. Would like her to read the sentence because it is too small print for me to read.
Gaitame uketori so gakuni taisuru tokuju ni yoru gaika shunyu no hiritsu wa sanju hachi ten ni pasento kara ju ichi ten roku pasento de aru.
So it looks simple in one glimpse says that yes, it is simple, but when you start reading, the words are not familiar. So I asked one of the trainee, and when they started translating, I found they are stuck, and they are stuck into the words. You could see when Devneet was reading, she was finding it difficult to read Ju ten roku. That means what? That means the previous terms have actually put too much of stress, and even the figures become difficult. So why not use substitution? The simplest thing. Let's drop all the words, difficult words. Yes. A Nitaisuru, B no hiritsu wa sanju hachiten ni pasent kara ju ichiten roku pasent de aru. Make some sense? Let's handle ABC separately. Okay. Yes. First is Gaitame uketori or what?
Gaitame uketori sogaku.
Sogaku. So sogaku you all know is total sum, and uketori is received, so it is total receipt, and Gaitame is foreign exchange. So it makes sense very clearly. So if we do elemental relation, on the right hand side you can see elemental relation. Sogaku is total amount, uketori sogaku is total receipt, and when you go for this Gaitame is actually difficult to find out, but Gaitame is a abbreviation of Gaikoku Kawase. So foreign exchange basically, and Gaitame uketori sogaku is total foreign exchange receipt. So this can be taken as a unit once you have found it. Yes, next is Tokuju ni yoru
gaika shunyu no hiritsu.
Okay, so this is long, so I think we can, if you want, this can be, you can apply frame on this. A ni yoru B no hiritsu. Is it okay? You are saying here this can be the proportion of foreign currency income due to special demand. Translation is okay, but this can be treated as micro frame and can be explained as what is written there? B
is equal to C ni yoru D no proportion.
B is equal, so B is the complete thing, the whole this part, that's gai tokuju ni yoru gaika shunyu no hiritsu was B. So B is equal to C ni yoru D no proportion. Now this can be separate, it can be handled separately, although it can be translated without trouble here also. Yes. Okay. It's coming as, you want to do frame, micro frame? Okay, let's do frame. Fine. Hiritsu wa sanju hachiten ni pasent kara juichiten roku pasent de aru. The proportion is from 32.8 to 11.6%. This is the macro frame. And micro frame is A ni taisuru B, which we saw it in the previous slide. So B against A. And joining using 5W1H now. Okay. Yes, you would like to put the question?
Donna hiritsuka.
Okay, donna hiritsuka. A ni taisuru B no hiritsu. And the translation comes as the proportion B against A is from 32.8 to 11.6%. When you read with substituted components, it will not make good sense. So you'll have to put back the content, then only it will make sense. So let's do that. Placing back the substitute terms, make it the proportion of foreign currency income due to special demand against the total foreign exchange receipt is from 38.2% to 11.6%. It makes sense now. Okay, so begin with against as the equivalent for ni taisuru, keeping A as the front, and remember the keyword here is pair. Okay, the final translation comes as follows. This is the proportion of, this is what we had written in the previous one, so some fine tuning, and it comes as the proportion of foreign currency revenue due to special demand to the total foreign exchange receipt ranges from 38.2% to 11.6%. Ni taisuru was translated as against because we didn't know the context or not very clear about the context, so it was decided that you go for either against or for ni taisuru. But when we see the ratio here, the percentage or ratio, and ranges is actually better as compared to is from 38.2% to 11.6%. So instead of saying that, we say ranges between this and this, or ranges from this to this. Either way is fine. This is the English requirement. And for the A and B, when you write, that is A in this case was foreign currency revenue due to special demand, and B is the total foreign exchange receipt. And we are saying A against B. Instead of if we say A to B, this is for the proportion. So it's only the use of how you compare the two when it is a question of ratio or proportion. Yes, let's see the second example now. This second example is not so big, but maybe a little complicated. There is nochi kaikaku. Nochi kaikaku wa nogyo seisan ryoku o kaihoshi. Okay, kaihoshi. That means the verb is finishing here. If you want, you can finish the sentence here. So this becomes one sentence. So for this much sentence, kaihoshi is the verb. Nomin no seisan ni taisuru sekyukusei o takameru koto ni yotte. This is an instrument. Tochi kairyo. This is one element. Tochi kairyo. To nogyo gijitsu kakushin o okonai. That means two things are done. Kakushin okonai and kairyo okonai. Okay, so this is action. Then nogyo seisan sei o takame. Again must form. So you can finish the sentence here. Even okonai, previous one also sentence finishing was possible. And then nogyo keizai o hatten kiso kizuita. So the actual verb is last one, kizuita. Now topic here is, yes, what Devneet, what would you like to pick as topic here?
Nochi kaikakuwa.
That's very clear. Okay, so nochi kaikakuwa is clear. That means all the verbs in some form are acting on nochi kaikakuwa. So as far as nochi kaikaku is concerned, first verb, second verb, third verb, or there can be a main verb and there are subverbs. So let's apply 5W1H on this topic one by one, linking all the verbs with this topic. First verb.
Naniyoshita.
Okay, naniyoshita. Nogyo keizai yo hatten saseru kiso o kizuita. You can break this into simple also. It's possible, you can break it, kiso kizuita. Then Devneet would ask a question, what type of kiso tsukutta. Then I will have to say hatten saseru. Then I will again question what hatten saseru. Then nogyo keizai yo hatten saseru. So it's a simplified answer here, but it can be, if you're not clear, then it can be broken down into maybe 2 or 3. Yes, next question.
Dono yona step de.
Dono yona step de. I think there are processes. So first was okonai somewhere. Yes. Tochi kairyo to nogyo gijitsu kakushin. This is noun. O okonai. And there is one more verb, that is nogyo seisan sei o takame. Yes. Any other question?
Nani ni yotte.
Okay, nani ni yotte. Nomin no seisan ni taisuru sekyukusei o takameru koto ni yotte.
Sono hoka ni.
Oh, mazu wa nogyo seisan ryoku o kaihoshi. This mazu wa I'm adding, it's not there, I'm adding it because this action is happening in the beginning. And she, it is ending with she, so actually it was shita. So topic applicability is across the sentence, that is clear to you. In long sentence with many clauses, topic separation plus 5W1H as you saw here, it clearly helps in understanding the relationship. So we have understood the relationship very clearly here. Now let us see the translation process for this example. It's too small, but the sentence need not be read. There is only ni taisuru coming in between once. We will handle this ni taisuru at a later stage. Let's put 5W1H to identify the macro and the other components. Yes, the question?
Nani o shita?
Kiso kisuita?
Nan no hanashi?
Nan no hanashi. Okay. Nochi kaikaku wa. So it's no related to nochi kaikaku. This is how you can handle. Yes, good question, Divneet. This is how you can handle the topic. We are talking. She's asking me, what are you talking? That, what is the topic? So I'm saying Nogyo kaikaku wa. Fine. And because this Nogyo kaikaku wa, this wa needs to be translated in the context. So if you see in this context, under agriculture land reforms may sound better later on. So if I say agriculture land reforms, then something has to be put, because it's not getting directly linked to any verb, because at the end you are saying base was created. So if you are saying foundation was laid or base was created, then this doesn't get connected. So under agriculture land reforms, foundation was laid. Okay. So your macro frame is done now. The equivalent is here. Under agriculture land reforms, foundation was laid. Let's see the application of techniques now further. Yes, this was the macro frame, that is we have already done. Now apply the 5W1H on this macro frame. Yes, your next question.
Dona kiso?
Okay, see, I said in the previous one kiso, kisoita and Nogyo kaikaku. So she's asking questions on that, and the answers have to come from the remaining segments. So let me search in the remaining segment. So it's kiso is hatten saseru kiso, and it is Nogyo keizaiyo. So Nogyo keizaiyo hatten saseru kiso. Okay.
Soreva do yatte?
Do yatte. So you want me to list the actions or the sequence. Okay. Tochi kairyo to Nogyo gijitsu kakushin o okunai. Satisfied? Or any more question?
Sochite?
Oh, okay, let me see. Nogyo seisan se o takame.
Dono yoni?
Okay. Nogyo seisan ryoku o kaihoshi nomin no seisan ni taisuru sekkyokusei o takameru koto ni yotte. Here it's clear that the frame and the 5W1H combination helps in understanding the relationship of constituting clauses within the frame. This was the macro frame, and now we go for the equivalences, and the equivalences for the segments, the answers which have been given in the previous slides are given here. It's foundation to develop the agriculture economy, carry out the land improvement and agriculture technology innovation. You keep it in your mind that the macro frame is under agriculture land reforms, foundation was laid, and now which foundation? Foundation to develop agriculture economy was laid, carry out the land improvement and agriculture technology innovation, raise the agriculture productivity, agriculture production power was unleashed by increasing the positivity of farmers towards production. This is the sentence, and translation through frame plus 5W1H has come like this. And the final translation, we do some fine tuning, and under remains, but this under is not coming from the original sentence, it's coming from the context. Topic has to be translated in a particular way. That's why it's coming as under agriculture land reforms. Agriculture production power was unleashed. 1. Land improvement and agriculture technology innovation was carried out. 2. And the instrument in this case is by increasing the positivity of farmers towards production. Agriculture productivity, this is the next one. So agriculture productivity was raised and foundation to develop agriculture economy was laid. Changes are in the previous one, carry out was used, that has been changed to where were carried out for the sake of the flow, and increase, that was coming as a direct verb, here it has been changed as, should have been changed as was increased. Instead of saying was increased, it's called now was raised. And the final comments for this slide are that the topic particle wa is rendered contextually. That's what under has come here in this particular case. However, if you're not certain how to translate va, simply go for as regards for va. At the end, it is translated based on the context to satisfy the requirement of target language. That means if you have written as regards, and when the translation has been completed, and if you find that it will be better to change or go for direct translation, no harm in changing that. Let's see the third example now. It's a very simple sentence. Tokuni America no Nihon ni taisuru ABCD seiji, gunji, keizai, kijitsu 4 kaku homen de no fushoku wa what's there next? Sengo. So Sengo Nihon keizai no kaifuku oyobi hatten ni okina yakori hatashita. You will say, why should you unnecessarily do this in a systematic way? I can translate it straight. It's okina yakori hatashita, big role played, where Kaifuku and Hatten, so in the recovery and the development, what Nihon Keizai recovery, and when Sengo, and what Fushoku wa. So subject is coming here. So some confusion is there, and what we are doing actually is the same. What I just said is the same process. So macro frame here is America no Fushoku wa yakuwari o hatashita. See, there is a slight difference in the technique which we are using here. You have understood how to pick up the macro frame, so you are picking up different elements from the sentence and creating the macro frame in one go. And this gets translated as US support played big role. And next is microframe 1, that is Nihon ni taisuru seiji, gunji, keizai, gijitsu, kaku, homen de no, and that's towards Japan in every aspect of political, military, economic and technological. Doesn't make very good sense, but that's direct translation. And microframe 2, Nihon keizai no kaifuku oyobi hatten ni, in recovery and development of Japanese economy. So classifying a sentence initially may provide unit-wise equivalence also. That means if the units are coming, then you need not go for any frame. It helps in classifying helps in understanding the sentence, that you are able to understand microframe 1 and 2, and you can handle these microframe 1 and 2 as well as unit if any separately. And the terms such as tokuni or sengo or okina, they can be handled separately, they can be taken out for the time being. And if it is a conjunction, then it needs to be translated as a conjunction. And if it's an adjective like okina, then it needs to be handled as a adjective independently. Let's apply the 5W1H on the macro frame first. America no fushoku wa yakuwari o hatashita. I've already given the translation here, that is US support played big role. Okay, let's start with the questioning. Yes, Devneet.
Nani ni
Nihon keizai no kaifuku oyobi hatten ni. And
dono mende
Nihon ni taisuru seiji, gunji, keizai, gijitsu, kaku homen de no. So the equivalence for this goes as in Japanese economy recovery and development, and Japan in every aspect of political, military, economic and development, technological, sorry. So, when you have these elements available in English, and that also in small parts, it's quite easy now to make minor modifications to make the flow readable. So application of 5W1H becomes easier if frame is identified first. Else apply 5W1H right from the beginning itself, and the application starts with the last verb. Frame plus 5W1H may give the fine-tuned equivalence, and in some cases, or sometimes in most cases, transpositioning may take place simultaneously. That means you need not do transpositioning separately. This was the sentence, and this is the equivalence which came out as initial translation. So in the final we are saying, particularly US support for Japan played a significant role. In this case it's changing to for from towards. Significant role, significant for Okina, choice is yours. You can say big role also, but if you read, then you will find that significant appears a better equivalence. In the post-war Japanese economy recovery and development in each aspect such as political, military, economic and technology. This is the fine tuning here. Yes, comments are the selection of equivalents is based on context. In this case, there was Okina Yakuari. I have just explained that there can be big role. It can also have significant role. Somebody can also say important role, major role. You have to see what suits the best in the context. And clause transpositioning is done for better readability. Now let's sum up. We have done 3 examples here. So let's see what was the initial translation and the final translation of each example. It's too small for me, so I think I'll ask Devneet to read the initial translation, both sentence, initial translation and the final translation.
Gaitame uketori sogaku ni taisuru, tokuju ni yoru, gaika shunyu no hiritsu wa, sanju hachiten ni pasento kara, ju ichi ten roku pasento de aru.
Okay, wait. See this, her readability has improved, When you go in a particular context or in a text and do some work on some part, the readability improves automatically, and once the readability improves, it means your comprehension is also increasing. So let's see the initial translation.
The proportion of foreign currency income due to special demand against the total foreign exchange receipt is from 38.2% to 11.6%.
Okay, not major change. The proportion of foreign currency revenue due to special demand, this is A, to the total. So against is getting replaced by 2, and this is because we are talking of a proportion. So when you talk of proportion or ratio, the better equivalent here is 2. Now this ni taisuru actually denotes verses. There are 2 elements, A and B, and A and B, the relationship between the 2 is verses. So this verses could be without any, it can be neutral, it could be anti, it could be pro. So equivalent could be towards or for, depending upon the context. However, proportion or ratio takes 2 as equivalent. So the 2 is coming because of the proportion, and ni taisuru is talking about the relationship between the 2 elements. And this is too big, so again, yes, please read, Devneet.
Nochi kaikaku wa nogyo seisan ryoku o kaigoshi, nomin no seisan ni taisuru, sekyoku seo takameru koto ni yotte, tochi kairyo to nogyo gijutsu kakushu no okonai, nogyo seisan se o takame, nogyo keizai o hatten saseru kiso o suzuita.
Okay, she could read it, but while she was reading, I was not able to understand. This means that there are too many verbs coming, so we need to do it in a calm manner. We need to do it step by step. And if I see the English, I think it's matching initial and final. See, under agriculture land reform, same. There's some difference, no? Agriculture production power was unleashed. This is same. And by increasing, that's changing probably. Yes, that's changing. So the initial translation, there are some changes. Let me read the final one, except for ni taisuru word. Under agriculture land reforms, agriculture production power was unleashed. Land improvement and agriculture technology innovation were carried out by increasing the positivity of farmers towards production. Agriculture productivity was raised and foundation to develop agriculture economy was laid. The only difference, the major difference is that towards also remain towards only here. It's not changing, no? So there is a positivity of farmers towards production, but if we take from the Japanese text, it's the attitude, some attitude or behavior. So that's why it's becoming towards. At no min no something was there. Can you read the Japanese part where ni taisuru is there? It's no min no
seisan ni taisuru sekyoku se o
okay. No min no seisan se ni taisuru sekyoku se. So it's sekyoku se positivity of nomin, so of farmers. No seisan ni taisuru, so towards the productivity. So they were not taking productivity seriously. So that positivity towards, so that's a attitude. So it's noun towards a particular thing, and that again is a noun here. Se sanse. So the comment here is that ni taisuru followed by an attitude or behavior indicating words is rendered as towards. Okay, let's see the third example also. Yes, can you read please?
Tokuni America no Nihon ni taisuru seiji, gunji, keizai, gijitsu, kakuho men deno, fushoku wa, sengo Nihon keizai no kaikaku oyobi,
Kaifuku oyobi.
Kaifuku oyobi, hatten ni okina yakubari o hatashita.
Okay, so this is making some sense even when she was reading, except for there are few repetitions like seiji, gunji, keizai, gijitsu. These are the four nouns coming in between. So if you don't read four, if you read only one, seiji and kakuhomen is not required then, because it's four for which kakuhomen is coming. So seiji no fushoku wa, then it makes sense. It's easy to understand. So its translation is, yes, can you read the translation? First read the initial translation.
Particularly, US support played big role towards Japan in each aspect of political, military, economic, technological in the post-war Japanese economy recovery and development.
Okay, now this has been particularly US support for Japan. It can be towards Japan also, US support towards Japan, but for is better in the context. So it is changed to US support for Japan played a significant role in the post-war Japanese economy recovery and development in each aspect or in various aspects such as ABCD, that is political, military, economic and technological. Now the comment here is that ni taisuru followed by a support mechanism type of thing, the elements that say that support or backbone, then this is rendered as for. The ni taisuru will be rendered as for in the target language. Let's see some of the observations that are gathered from these three examples. If we see the example 1, it's coming as a ni taisuru b, and the variable a and b determine the equivalent for the ni taisuru. In the case of example 2, here also a ni taisuru b and b is the noun applicable on a. Thus a and b determine the equivalent for ni taisuru. And example 3 is exactly the same. So that means in all the three examples, the two nouns which are coming on the left and right of ni taisuru are the determining factors. Now I would like all of you to focus on ni taisuru, the kanji. The kanji is actually, taisuru is basically tsui, and tsui means pair, and that is what I have been saying, that there are two entities and these two entities are coming as pair. You should keep in your mind that whenever ni taisuru is coming, there are two entities and they are coming as pair. And when I talk of pair, the pair can be a husband wife, the pair can be a brother sister, pair can be friends, two friends, pair can be enemy also, pair can be, you go to play a match and you have somebody as opponent, though he's a friend only, but when you're playing the game over there, he's the opponent. In all the cases, it's a pair. So when there is a pair, whatever you do can be for the other side, can be towards the other side, can be on the other side. So various sequences or various possibilities are there. What you need to remember, that the core concept of ni taisuru is coming from tsui, that is pair, and because it's an expression, so the expression changes from person to person. Same expression will have different meaning, or when one person is using one expression on the other person or towards the other person, depending upon the action, depending upon the context. So in any pair, there is always first person and second person, and one talks or does an action towards the other person. This is expressed by ni taisuru. So you have to see the context and accordingly it gets equivalence. Learnings for this module are: expression represents a core concept. So it's not that the expression will carry meanings, multiple number of meanings, and they are very confusing. Actually there is a core concept. which may be repeated, which may be represented in different ways in the target language. While translating ni taisuru, if it is not clear in the beginning, then you begin with against or for as an equivalent and fine tune it at the end contextually. In any pair, there is always first person and second person, and one talks or does an action towards the other person. This is what we did, what I said in the last slide also. This is expressed by ni taisuru in the case of two nouns. And when second noun is derived, two nouns out of two nouns, when second noun is derived from the verb, this noun, the second one, determines the equivalence. For example, teki ni taisuru kodo or kodomo ni taisuru ai. When you say teki ni taisuru kodo, it's definitely against, and when you say kodomo ni taisuru ai, it means it is the love for the child. That means it is the last, the second noun, you know, it's coming from the verb, so second noun is determining how it has to be translated. That's all for this module, and these are the references, almost same. Thank you so much for being with me. See you again with more examples of expressions in module 24.